Bling, bling.
1, 2, 3, 4!
Señor Fancypants.
From an underground laboratory in Pennsylvania comes the Señor Fancypants Show. It is a podcast with literally dozens of listeners. Please give it up for your host, Señor Brian Fancypants.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. But seriously, you can have a seat. Have a seat. We got to start the show. All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Señor Fancypants Show. We are now on our 5th episode. Can you believe it? They said we'd never make it this far, and yet here we are.
Wait, who said we'd never make it this far? It wasn't Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, was it?
No, nobody actually said it. I was just trying to make a dramatic intro. All right, so first off, thanks to all of you listeners for sticking with us as we continue to figure out this whole podcasting thing. We seriously love you. And if you've stuck with us for the first 4 episodes, then you probably enjoy hanging out with us. Please do not hesitate to invite other people to hang out with us too.
That's right. Bring your friends to the party.
All right, we have an amazing show today.
Maybe the best one yet.
Definitely top 5.
Yes, definitely.
All right, today we will be talking a little bit about the planet Mars, so you could say this episode is going to be out of this world. Get it, Lincoln? Because Mars is outside of our world. It's a play on words.
Yeah, can we edit that out?
Nope. All right, quick update on our poll from our 4th episode. We asked you what you thought about dipping French fries in mayonnaise. I was very surprised with the results, weren't you, Lincoln?
Yeah.
Yeah, 55% of you said that it sounds delicious, so I guess we have a clear winner. Whatever. Thanks for participating in our poll, even if 55% of you are gross. Not really. We all have different tastes. Go ahead and dip your French fries in whatever sauce you want. Okay, so Lincoln has been busy with school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like many of you, he has to read books as part of his homework, which is easy for Lincoln because he loves to read. And I've always enjoyed reading too, so I figured maybe we could talk about books on this podcast once in a while. And if any of you have any book recommendations, please feel free to send us a message with a short review of your book. And we might read your review on a future episode. This week, I actually started reading a book that I never read as a kid, even though many consider it a classic. Perhaps you're familiar with it. It's called The Phantom Toll Booth. It's about a boy named Milo who is bored with his life and he really isn't interested in anything. And then one day he comes home to find a mysterious toll booth in his bedroom. And he drives through the toll booth in his toy car and then sets off on a crazy adventure. I actually bought the book for Lincoln, but he hasn't gotten around to reading it yet. And I just started reading it and I think it's great. It's very clever and it's going to help you learn some new words. I even read some words in there that I didn't understand. But I do recommend it for ages 8 and up, all right? Hey, Lincoln, what books have you been reading lately other than your collection of Minecraft books?
I've been reading Diary of a Wimpy Kid and The 39-Story Treehouse.
Okay. And are you enjoying the 39-Story Treehouse?
Yes.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, the 39-Story Treehouse comes from a series of books from an author in Australia called Andy Griffiths. They are really funny and really creative books. And it started with the 13-story treehouse, and then every book adds 13 more stories to the treehouse. So, like, the second one is 26, and so on and so forth. Now, the books are about these 2 boys called, what are their names, Lincoln?
Andy and Terry.
Yeah, so Andy and Terry, they live in an amazing treehouse with all sorts of crazy stuff in it. Hey, Lincoln, what are some of the crazy things they have in their treehouse?
They have a bowling alley, a shark tank.
Yeah. Oh, no. It's a tank full of man-eating sharks.
Yeah.
So, pretty scary stuff. What else?
And a marshmallow machine that shoots marshmallows in their mouths anytime they're hungry.
That sounds awesome. I love marshmallows. What about you?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah, but that's just some of the crazy stuff. They have the, man-eating sharks, bowling alley, marshmallow machine, slides, and all sorts of crazy stuff. But all you listeners should definitely go try to get a copy of the 13-Story Treehouse. We didn't even know these books existed until we were traveling around Australia a couple years ago, and all the bookstores were advertising it. And I thought it looked like a fun book, so I bought Lincoln a copy, and we're not being paid for this recommendation. We just really like the books. So anyway, don't forget to go get lost in a book this week. It's good for your soul and your brain.
Sometimes I get lost inside a book, and the hours pass me by. If you say my name, I won't even look, 'cause my head is in the sky. And I know I'll be sad when the story's done, but I'll go to the library and pick out another one. And in no time, I'll be lost in another book.
That song was brought to you by Golden Retrievers.
They are golden, and they love to retrieve things. Golden Retrievers. All right, it's time for everyone's fourth favorite segment.
Keith Brockway's question of the day.
Keith Brockway's question of the day.
This is the time where we answer a question from a man called Keith Brockway, and then we answer a question from one of our non-Keith Brockway listeners, the rest of you. Today, both questions are going to be food-related. Keith Brockway's very important question today is...
Is a hot dog a sandwich? Is a cheeseburger a sandwich? What about an open-faced turkey sandwich?
We actually got the same question from one of our other listeners, so we definitely need to answer this. It's important. Webster's Dictionary defines a sandwich as an item of food consisting of 2 pieces of bread with meat, cheese, or other filling between them, eaten as a light meal. They obviously haven't eaten one of my sandwiches because mine would not be considered a light meal. I like big sandwiches, and I cannot lie. So Lincoln, based on the dictionary definition, would a hot dog be a sandwich?
Yes, but only if the bun is in 2 pieces.
That's true. If both sides of the bun are connected, then you really only have 1 piece of bread technically. So I guess for a hot dog, we're going to say yes and no, depending on the condition of your bun. What about a cheeseburger?
Yes, it fits the definition.
Right, because the bun is 2 pieces of bread with stuff in the middle. I wonder if a McDonald's Big Mac counts, because technically that's 3 pieces of bread. We might have to contact Webster's Dictionary and ask. But as far as open-faced turkey sandwiches are concerned, I'm going to go ahead and just say no. It's not a sandwich. You are not sandwiching the turkey in.
They should rename it soggy turkey bread.
I agree. Soggy turkey bread. All right, and our second food question comes from Jeff, all the way out in Plymouth Meeting, Pennsylvania. Jeff posted...
Pick your perfect pickle.
Pick your perfect pickle?
Dill or sweet. Chips, spears, or whole.
Okay, let's think about this. There's actually other pickle flavors too, like you got bread and butter, you got sour pickles, spicy pickles, and more. So what are your thoughts, Lincoln? What's your favorite kind of pickle?
Spears.
You like spears? And do you like dill or sweet or whatever?
Dill.
So dill spears is your favorite. All right. Well, I'm going to go with whole dill pickles. I like the ones you buy in the refrigerated section. I like an ice cold dill. All right, there you have it. This has been
Keith Brockway's question of the day.
What should we do next?
Probably the thing we wrote down to do next.
Yes, it's time for our place of the day.
Also known as our place of the fortnight, since we don't do this every day. Okay, we are going to talk briefly about the 4th planet from the sun, the 2nd smallest planet in our solar system, the red planet. Which planet are we talking about?
Mars.
Yes, we would like to dedicate this part of the show to all the kids out there who dream about becoming an astronaut someday.
I wanna be an astronaut. I wanna go to the moon. If we see aliens, we can be their friends.
Okay, here are some facts about Mars.
One day on Mars lasts 24 hours and 39 minutes.
So if human beings lived there, they would have an extra 39 minutes per day to stare at their smartphones.
Mars has twice as many moons as we do.
There are 2 of them. The 2 moons are called Phobos and Deimos.
1 year on Mars is actually 687 Earth days.
Yeah, if you were born on Mars, you would have to wait much longer for your birthday to come around.
On Mars, you weigh a lot less.
So if you're looking to lose some weight quickly, forget about all those weird diet trends. Just go to Mars. Of course, the only reason you weigh less up there is because gravity is weaker on Mars, so you would still weigh the same when you got home.
Mars has the largest volcano in our solar system.
Yeah, it's called Olympus Mons. It is about 3 times taller than Mount Everest, which is the tallest mountain here on Earth. So I'm probably never going to climb it. Now, a lot of people think we should be figuring out how to live on Mars, and there are actually several companies right now trying to figure out how humans could travel and survive there. What do you think, Lincoln? Do you think you'd want to live on Mars?
Probably not.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough environment there.
Yeah, Mars has giant dust storms, the largest in our solar system.
Yeah, they cover the entire planet and can last for several months. Mars also has some pretty harsh temperatures. While the average temperature on Earth is 57 degrees Fahrenheit, or around 14 Celsius, the average temperature on Mars is negative 81 Fahrenheit, or about negative 63 Celsius.
It gets so cold there, you could freeze an egg.
Classic.
It takes a long time to get an aircraft to Mars.
Yeah, it can take anywhere from 150 to 300 days to get there. I would definitely recommend bringing a book or a Game Boy for the journey. While no human beings have stepped foot on Mars yet, NASA has sent several robotically operated vehicles called Mars Exploration Rovers there. The Mars rovers were sent to explore the planet and figure out if it's suitable for human life. They also take lots of cool photos. You can find out more about the Mars rovers online and check out some of the incredible photos that were taken. So, those are just a few facts about Mars. If you would like to learn more, go ask your local librarian to help you locate a book about Mars.
I wanna be an astronaut so I can go to outer space and fly around the Milky Way. Can we leave today?
Wow, what a great song. Everyone should go download the song Astronaut by Señor Fancypants right now. Okay, now it's time for our segment called
Animals are cool. Here are some facts about one of them.
Animals are cool. Here are some facts about one of them.
Yeah, that segment still needs to be renamed, but we haven't received any ideas from our listeners yet. So for now, it has an awesome theme song and a really terrible name. Okay, today we are going to be talking about an insect. You may have heard of it. You've probably seen millions of them in your lifetime. We're talking about ants. Here are 10 interesting facts about them.
Ants are incredibly strong. They can carry 10 to 50 times their own weight.
That is impressive. I can barely carry 1 times my own weight. It is estimated that there are around 1 million ants for every 1 human in the world. They can be found on every continent except Antarctica. They should call it No Ants Arctica.
Ants have 2 stomachs.
Yes, one is to hold food for their own consumption, and the other one holds food to share with other ants. There are over 12,000 different species of ants that have been identified. Right now, I'm going to list them all in order of largest to smallest.
No, you're not.
You're right.
Yeah. The largest ant colony ever found is over 3,700 miles wide.
3,700 miles wide? That's huge. Or if you're not from here, in America, you could say 5,954 kilometers, because the colony was found in Europe. Basically, a bunch of ant colonies merged to create a super colony with billions of ants in it. It is a terrible place to have a picnic.
Ants live longer than any other insect.
Yes, some of them can actually live as long as 10 to 15 years, and some queen ants have even lived as long as 30 years.
Most ants can survive for 24 hours underwater.
Wow, that's about 23 hours and 59 minutes longer than I can survive underwater. Ant bodies are made up of 3 parts: the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. And speaking of their bodies, they don't have ears. They hear by feeling vibrations in the ground using their tiny little ant feet.
One tiny ant has about 250,000 brain cells.
Wow, that sounds like a lot. It's more than a lobster, but it's less than a cockroach. There's some useless trivia for you. All right, now for our final ant fact. There is an ant in Central and South America known as the bullet ant, and it's said to have the most painful sting of all insects. I actually just watched a YouTube video where a guy purposely got stung by one. It has over 40 million views. It did not look fun. So if you are ever hanging out in Central and South America, try not to get in an argument with an ant. It could be a bullet ant, and they are jerks. Well, since we are talking about ants today, I thought it would be appropriate to play a song by an awesome band from Portland, Oregon called Ants, Ants, Ants. Here is their song called Ants.
Those ants are marching in a line, wondering if this time to dance and sing all day, forget about work and float away all day. Those ants are marching in a line, wondering if this time to play in the grass all day, look up at the sky and dream away all day. And all the other ants, well, they're working all the time, finding food on picnic tables, they're marching in a line. Those ants are marching in a line, wondering if this time to dance and sing all day, forget about work and float away all day. And all the other ants, well, they're working all the time, finding food on picnic tables, they're marching in a line. I wonder if they'd rather dance and sing a song all day. It would be so easy just to dance and sing all day. Those ants are marching in a line, wondering if this time to dance and sing all day, forget about work and float away all day. Those ants are marching in a line, wondering if this time to play in the grass all day, look up at the sky and dream away all day.
What a great song. You listeners should definitely go check out Ants, 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 and make sure you go get their album. It's called Why? Why? Because it's awesome. All right, well, we are almost to the end of this week's show, and we're really going to miss you. Next time on the show, we're going to be talking about a major city in England, so stay tuned for that. Tell your friends. As usual, there are links in the podcast details to the other artists we've played and any other relevant links. Thanks for hanging out with us. We're going to be back in a fortnight. But right now, we're going to play a song that Lincoln really wanted to play this week. It's by a very talented artist from Brooklyn, New York named Amelia Robinson, who leads a group called Mills Trills.
Here is the song Put Your Pants On from the album Ridiculous Nonsense.
Put your pants on, put your pants on, put your pants on, put your pants on, put your pants shimmy, 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 wiggle. Put your pants on, 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 put your pants on. Why do we wear pants anyway? Why can't our legs be free? Running through the wilderness and climbing all the trees. Why do we wear pants anyway? So tight against our skin. If I had my little way, I'd never wear pants again. Put your pants on, 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 put your pants on. Wait a minute. They're not doing it. I think we gotta go a little slower, guys. Put your pants. Put your pants on. Put your pants on.
Enough already!
1, 2, 3. Put your pants on. 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 Put your pants on.
Well, there you go. Now you know how to put your pants on. All right, I know I said goodbye earlier, but I'm going to go ahead and play one more bonus track for those of you who stuck around. This next song is by me, Señor Fancypants, and it's called Astronaut. We played parts of it earlier in the podcast, but this is the song in its entirety. Enjoy.
Houston, this is Señor Fancypants. We are ready to rock.
Mission Control, can you hear me? I know that I'm only a kid, but I wanna walk on the moon just like Neil Armstrong did. I wanna see other planets, so I've gotta reach for the stars. I'm gonna be the first person to dance on Mars.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off!
I wanna be an astronaut. I wanna go to the moon. If we see aliens, we can be their friends. Mission Control, can you hear me? 'Cause I've got something to say. I just built a rocket ship in my room today. It's got a couple of windows. I colored it all by myself, but I don't know how to make it go, so I need your help.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off!
I wanna be an astronaut. I wanna go to the moon. If we see aliens, we can be their friends. I wanna be an astronaut, so I can go to outer space and fly around the Milky Way. Can we leave today? But first I have to check in with my mother and tell her that I'm headed for adventure. And I don't know when I'll be back, but could you please pack me a snack? And I will text you when we land.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off!
I wanna be an astronaut. I wanna go to the moon. If we see aliens, we can be their friends. I wanna be an astronaut.